Hello YouTube, it's Melissa Mouse. I'm back for video 2 in our Building a World Together tutorial series. So, we should be in a classic world. I don't remember if I clicked that off or not, but just in case we didn't, I'm not going to look at my map. It's because I want to start in the very far bottom right hand corner. So the first thing I'm going to do is fly down to the very bottom right hand corner, and usually I'm facing in the right direction, that if I turn around and go behind me, I end up in the proper corner. Yeah, it looks like I've picked the right size map, which should be classic, doing one map at a time. And then once we get rolling, then we can just go to a larger map because everything's all mapped out for us. No pun intended. Yes, it was. I'm lying. It was definitely intended. Anyway, so we're trying to get to this corner here because I'm going to put my forest along the edges here, and then eventually about here I'm going to get my road started, and then everything can line up all the way around the outside of the map when we're done. It's just a fun way to be a little OCD about it, I guess. So now I'm going to show you, before I start any kind of building, I'm going to show you my layers that you kind of saw in the first video. So my first layer, of course, is grass. And my next layer, you can see under here, I always do gray wool for my second layer. And the reason for that is, as you can see what I'm doing here, very lazily and quickly, I'm making myself a road. And I don't have to tear out all the grass and then go back after and put a bunch of stuff in. Except for when I make mistakes like that, then I gotta refill them. But in general, I've got my road just sitting there waiting for me underneath my grass. And so that's a very nice, lazy, what my mom calls lazy, I call efficient. A nice, efficient way of setting up your creative world for your city so that your roads are just waiting underneath the grass for you. As you can see there, we have a nice section of road, and that took nothing, like I wasn't even trying. Okay, so now for our next layer, under here we have got a layer of sand. And the reason we have our layer of sand is because I like to take a bunch of dynamite to make my lakes and oceans and rivers. And we're going to do that in a bit. So basically, for my next layer, I've got sand. So once I blow up everything, I've already got my beaches laid out for me as well. And we've got this road here on top of the sand, but it kind of looks enough like stone that it looks natural around your beach. And you can always take some sand, if you don't like that look, around the edges of your explosions, and just put sand there and cover that. So once you got your little hole mapped out for your beach from your TNT, which I'm going to give an example of soon, then you'll see that, hey, you can just cover that if you really want to. So the next layer, it seems baffling to you as well, right? You're like, what on earth is the snow for? Well, you know, when you're seeing the waves brushing up against the shore, and there's that beautiful white mist, well, that's one of the reasons I put the snow there. And the other reason is the world won't let you just put sand on top of water, because it'll all just flop down. So the world makes you put something solid under the sand. So I chose the snow because it looks like the wake of the water splashing against the shoreline. But you can always choose something else. I mean, another thing that looks kind of nice is a blue wool, like the cyan wool or the light blue wool or even a white wool. But I just thought the snow was natural and it looked more natural, like the waves hitting the sand. But I'll show you an example of that when I start bringing out the TNT and start making our first little ocean area. Okay, so that is done, a little example of those layers. So now, all the layers underneath lead to the underworld. Let's see how long it takes us to get there. There is our sea lantern. So here we are in our underworld. Now this area is wonderful for building your all kinds of stuff. We can build all of our wonderful little subway stations. I've built a little gnome world in this area. And this is where we're going to find all our cool ravines and caves and things. So, what is over there? What have we got? Oh, nothing. Okay, so down here is where we're going to find caves, ravines, all kinds of really cool stuff. So, let's start digging. Caves and ravines are awesome because they're like already built out natural sections of your city world in a flatland that have so much potential for building like cool gnome cities, underground cities, medieval areas, kind of mini game, Hunger Game areas that are already mapped out for you, which is really cool. And all the mine shafts and things you'll find in here. You'll find the mines and the dungeons and all kinds of things. So, oops, I'm just going to dig down a little bit more to see if we can find something in here. Let's see. I think what I'll do is I'll look for something later on off camera and find some cool caves and show you how awesome it feels to have caves that are already made in a flatland. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back up top. Oh, I think we found a little something here. Go back up top and find, I'll show you how to start making, oh yeah, here's the cave entrance. We found a cave. I'm going to show you how to start making our ocean. Ooh, it's a tiny cave it looks like, but yeah, still, it's kind of exciting to have this all started for you in a flatland, because flatlands are overwhelming to start in sometimes because there's nothing done. You have to do every little block, but with these new options of spawning the world like this, look, we've got these mine shafts started and we can do something with this, which is really fun. So it looks like I'm running out of time here, which sucks. Oh, look, there's a spawner. What is that? It's a spider spawner. Oh, cool. This is so fun. I love these underground worlds. And I think this is like at the top of a ravine or something. So anyways, I'm going to go back up to the surface, and it looks like I'm running out of time. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how easy it is when you do your layers like this, how easy it is to start an ocean. So we will see you in video number 3 in this series. And again, it's mellisamouse. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again in a moment, hopefully.